Hi, this is Stan Bush.
Hi, this is Stephanie Calvert.
This is John Payne.
This is Jack Hughes.
Hey everyone, this is Britt Lightning from Vixen.
Hi, I'm Carrie Stevens.
Hello, I'm Kofi Baker.
And you're listening to Play That Rock and Roll.
I felt there's a lot of parts of this book that are very triumphant, and one of the subjects that I wanted to bring up that was really the Monterey Pop Festival. And to your credit, and this is one of the strongest points of the book, is that you really dive in to this festival. It's across like 3 chapters, and you give like a day by day, hour by hour breakdown of like what was going on. And in itself, with like, you know, one of the members missing for a little while, it's a really captivating part of the story. So you don't have to give it all away, but like give us kind of an overview of like what makes that festival in particular so important to the story that warrants that amount of real estate in the book.
Well, it's funny because when I started writing it, I was like, I want to write the best description of the Monterey Pop Festival possible. And it's a 3-day rock and roll festival that took place in June, I think 17th, 18th, and 19th off the top of my head in 1967, right 2 days before the Summer of Love started. You know, if we're going by the date summer started, it should be usually around June 20th. And it was a rock music festival held in Monterey, California, which is, you know, north of Los Angeles, maybe 4 or 5 hours, and maybe a couple hours south of San Francisco. So it's in that area of California. And it's really the granddaddy of all rock music festivals. It's, you know, it inspired Woodstock and everything that came out of it. And John Phillips was the visionary. He was the leader of that. He wasn't the creator of it. The idea was given to him by a couple of Los Angeles music promoters. They wanted to put this. They wanted to put a festival on. And, you know, this is following the Sunset Strip riots, the curfew riots of 1966, and they wanted to do that to help kind of, you know, help people with legal funds and things like that. And they needed a big act as they started to put this thing together, and they had nobody. So Derek Taylor, who had just moved to Los Angeles, he worked for Brian Epstein and moved to Los Angeles to become the Beatles or the Byrds publicist, and was kind of working independently in 1967 as just kind of an independent publicist. And these 2 guys, Ben Shapiro and Alan Parasier, approached him about putting on a music festival and helping to get, they wanted the Beatles and the Stones. So he said, there's no way you're going to get them. Right. But the Mamas and the Papas is the hottest thing. They're right here in your backyard. So they go up to visit John, and they eventually talk him in. A lot of BSing going on, a lot of posturing, and like we think we might have the Simon and Garfunkel, which got John got his ears perked up because he wasn't really too interested when he heard that. And then they're like, quickly, we got to go find Simon and Garfunkel and try to get them on board. So they did. And when John and Ed got together with everybody, they decided to make it a non-profit event, because he knew that would be the only way to get an incredible lineup of groups. So that's when John took it over. That's what I'm building up to here. Because the other couple of the other guys were like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not doing nonprofit. Ben Shapiro, I believe. So they bought him out, and then John took it over, and the other guys stayed on to help him. So, you know, it was just a real cutting edge festival. He wanted the best groups out there. He didn't want the Monkees or Dave Clark 5 or any of these teeny bopper kind of groups. He wanted cutting edge groups that were on the rise, and that included, you know, a lot of American groups like Simon and Garfunkel, the Byrds, Buffalo Springfield, groups like that. And then also to the north, a lot of the San Francisco groups that were just really starting to come out of the shadows. I'm talking the Grateful Dead, Jefferson Airplane, Quicksilver Messenger Service, Country Joe and the Fish, the Steve Miller Band. A lot of these groups So and there was a real back and forth about a lot of again more posturing and bullying and things like that, and just the Grateful Dead were really tough to deal with back in those days. And then bringing in Andrew Loog Oldham from England, they were able to get the Who and the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and they just put together this incredible lineup, this 3 days that they put together really in less than 2 months. This came to them in April '67, and they were in June 17th was the kickoff, and it was just chaos and miracles and good times and stress and trauma and just so many things all rolled into one, and it's almost a story within a story.